the building reserve here so that these buildings get upgrading quickly. Between the militia and the garrison now, there's going to be over 500, even though the garrison here is absolutely trash units. That's all right. And let's explain how we got here, since we're not going to show the siege. It was just a routine siege. Welcome back again, friends, to another episode of Tactical Enlightenment, our YouTube channel is dedicated to all things Bannerlord related. Welcome back to our Epic Nord campaign. Glaron Heavyhand and company has sailed across the lake with this very strong army of ours, and we have taken the city of Tyal. We've had some characters that got levels during the siege of Tyal, and I better explain why we did this. Tyal is a much more defendable city. We'll be able to upgrade the walls here pretty soon to tier 3, but even at tier 2, it's a superior city for defense. We tried to defend Omor, and it was very difficult. I think the bottom line is that you want to have your capitals be really good, defendable cities where you're going to stockpile food and goods and stuff like that. And Omor just wasn't cutting it. The Vlandians were really pushing in hard on the west, in the west. Anyways, we renewed our alliance with Emperor Nethor, right? So another 4 quarters, right? Essentially a full year of alliance with him. We'll talk about our player clan here in a minute. We've got Vigridir. They formed an army and they had a little bit of a debacle, but it's still nice to have this support, right? In fact, we're getting, yeah, look at this. She's pregnant, right? We're getting future clan members, although obviously these are not going to, their kids are not going to participate. It's nice to have all these governors and governoresses because they assist you in many different ways, right? Now, let's see here. Up in the north, well, I better explain this first. This guy, Oshir, formed an army, sieged Amprella, and then they immediately revolted, right? So now he's trying to beat down the rebels. That's probably our first mission this episode. But we're also going to try to take some of the local castles here around Tyal. We're in need of troops, right? We've got to continue to acquire troops the whole live-long way. And I also realized we got to dump our best equipment here. We already put a bunch of food. In fact, it took us like 6 days or 5 days to sail across, trudgingly across the interior sea here with all the goods. But now it's all safe, right? And it's something we're going to localize here. We're going to be defending this area for a little while, try to push back the Khazate and establish our position here. Now let's just dump all of our nice high-end equipment here. We'll keep our banners, but let's just make sure this stuff is safe in case we get captured. This is something you definitely want to do in your campaign, is have a primary base where all of your equipment, all of your legendary equipment is safe, because you're going to get captured, especially in a campaign like this with the reinforcement system kicked on. Now there was Khazate forces to the south here, and they veered away, I think, because they're at war with the Aserai. I'm not sure why they left, but they rolled up on us right in the middle of the siege, and then they left, and they did not participate in reinforcements. So I think they're close, but they must have some other mission, or maybe even a battle down here for us to explore. We've got Chara. People are gaining levels. There's a lot of good stuff happening in this campaign, and I love the scouting aspect of Bannerlord. I do wish it was a little bit more of a gray area. You hold your little mouse over it and it tells you exactly how many enemy troops there are, 179, and they were here exactly 22 hours ago, like we're the greatest tracker in history. That's maybe not super realistic, but I love the notion, right, that you get to be a little bit of a sleuth and seek out your enemy this way. 1,200 troops and healing here with this army. So despite the fact that we left a good-sized garrison at Tyal, you know, these minor clans are the leaders, right? The minor clans that we have in our army are all the leaders of the minor clans, and so they have a high troop capacity, something like 250 each. Now, speaking of high troop capacity, there's a Khazate force forming here. That's where all the armies were heading, and it's getting bigger by the second. Let's see here. I think we've got a strong enough army to try and tackle this. We've had a lot of blowouts lately, to be perfectly honest. Of course, I forgot to mention, we still have both of the kings. We have, well, the king and the queen. We have King Canute, prisoner, right? We're riding this guy around, sitting backwards on a donkey, and we have Queen Isagun still. We've had both of these leaders captured for about 2 weeks, so they have not been able to escape, and especially the king, right? The king of the Nords. Glaron Heavyhand is pretty hell-bent on humiliating him thoroughly here. He's been told that all he has to do is swear fealty to Glaron Heavyhand, and he'll be released. And you know, the Nordic kingdom continue to expand. But so far, right, the king refuses to do that. Right, he's proud, so we're gonna make him sit backwards on a horse in front of each battle. Maybe he'll even get killed in battle. We're going to definitely mistreat the king of the Nords, since essentially he's being obstinate and failing to recognize the true supreme Nord warrior here in Glaron Heavyhand. So I think we want speed probably for Khazate. I like speed against horse archers because it allows you to run down their horses, right? They're trying to come in and shoot you, and if you can move really quickly, if your whole division moves really quickly, and they have plenty of cavalry, right? 140 cavalry. I mean, they just have tons of cavalry in their army. That speed allows you to dodge spears, and of course it allows you to track down and kill horse archers as they try to skirmish with you. So maybe this is a tall order, but I've told you all along in this campaign, we're not going to shy away from difficult battles. Indeed, we're going to be magnetized to them. Now, it's a bad battlefield for us here. There's a little bit of trees over here on the right we can use, but there's not much to glean here tactically. And we won't sit at the very back against the Khazate. That's just a standard rule, right? We're not going to... There is no such thing as a border in real life. If there was an object at the back of the map here, we would use it. If there's a bunch of rocks behind us, I've got no problem hunkering down against the rocks, making it harder for them to circle. And we need more troops in the shock troops division here. Gudra is leading our shock troop division. I'd like to have 50, 60 in there at least. But that's okay. We've got enough archers here. The skirmisher division is loaded with javelins, right? We've been leveling up the Imperial skirmisher line. We've still got a decent amount of Huskarls. We've got to go up north again, though, and restock our divisions. Our divisions are starting to get a little bit light. And of course, as you expand, that's always one of the most difficult things. And I'll show you. I wasn't kidding about making King Canute sit backwards on a donkey, right? In fact, let's put him straight towards the enemies. Here he is, right? We stripped him of all his clothes. We put a bra on the guy, and we gave him a pitchfork because the king here gets to sit backwards on a donkey facing the enemy here, and he's not going to get any support, right? We're not going to help him out at all. Let's hopefully we don't get killed humiliating this guy here. In fact, I don't really want this infantryman helping him at all. And look at we're going to make him stand the opposite direction of all this charging cavalry. Have a nice spear up the ass, King. You will fight for us whether you want to or not. Glaron Heavyhand doesn't fuck around. So maybe he'll get killed in battle. You're much more likely to die in battle if you're not wearing armor. And of course, he's a prisoner, so we've taken his armor from him. You don't want to be the enemy of Glaron Heavyhand, right? This guy's a medieval motherfucker here and just killing everybody. And I want to watch the king die here, but the enemy's coming in really hot. It's really unusual. They're running up and standing obstinately and insolently right in the face. And he's being speared. I see the king being mauled, but I can't watch, right? I'm going to get killed trying to watch. This is a serious battle, even if we're having a little bit of fun at the margins of it, right, with the Nord king. You fucked with the wrong guy, King Canute. All right, let's bring our skirmishers in here and try to close off this circling attempt by these horse archers. And this is exactly what I mean. Look at how fast he moves, right? Any horse archer nearby or heavy cavalry, they get ran down and then obliterated. This square here is going to absorb a lot of cavalry. And then you just hope your archers, rampaging shock troops, and skirmishers can do the rest. Now, they may get reinforcements too, right? We're not likely to get reinforcements because that other army is sieging. And so far, so good. Now they're circling still, but we got archers, right? We've got this square protecting our front. That slows down the heavy charging cavalry, right? That's the biggest risk to your archers, is getting ripped apart. Not so much by horse archers, and they're trying to escape here. Let's chop some of these guys down. No escaping. You got to pay a toll. what we're trying to do is prevent the heavy cav from spearing our archers. So let's get the 2nd Division moved forward here. Here comes their archer vanguard. 260 archers. Fuck. All right, we got to get some shields in front of our shock troops here. I'm just going to have those guys buffet the archers and take some attention while we kill what's left of their horse archers here. Or at least we got to reduce their numbers some here. There's a lot back here. It's hard to see. It looks like the sun is just coming up over the trees. And here they come. They're charging right through our midst again. Charge these boys. Oh, they're fucking caught up here beautifully. Charge. They're getting stuck on the squares. And we got a glue factory. And it's Glaron Heavyhand's favorite kind of battle. Lots of dead horses. All right, 4th, 5th, 6th. Let's start moving up on this vanguard here. We have less archers than the enemy, no question, besides their horse archers circling us as well. They've got a ton of regular archers. Let's try to bracket and destroy this force before they get another big wave of horse archers. 120. Let's keep that 6th Division. A lot of this should look familiar to you, and that's because it works, right? I like to move skirmishers to my right, square to my left. I do that because that's where the horse archers are circling, is to our left. That way the skirmishers' backs are relatively protected by archers. And then we have that square on our left absorbing a lot of cavalry arrows, cavalry circling horse archers, etc. Now it looks like our flag bearer lost the speed banner. I don't really talk about that a lot, but that is a feature of the game. If you lose your banner, if it literally falls in the snow and no one picks it up, then you lose those perks, right? And I'm not going to pick it up. We got a 2-handed axe. We would be running around with the shield. So we're not going to do that. We're gonna just move up here slower. But that's why all of a sudden we're moving so slow. Our speed banner is laying somewhere. You only get the benefits from the banner if someone's actually carrying it. Yeah, historically, that was more of a morale thing, but that's the Banner Lord system, right? The banners have to be physically carried, and this is what I was worried about. Villagers are joining. That is a bad sign. That means the enemy thinks they can win. All right, these guys may charge here. I hear villagers dying, or that's Kazate. It sounded like a woman's scream. Maybe that's their vanguard screaming. They're counter-charging us here, fucking assholes. And the AI is doing a pretty good job of harassing us of late when we try to flank. But there wasn't enough cavalry to stop our force. Let's keep pushing the edge here. We're going to continue to try to envelop them. Anytime the enemy is static like that, surround their asses and dump in javelins. We've got 2 different divisions on the far side there, and then we have the 3rd and 4th charging as well. And they're fully cut off. We're low on ammo here, but there's still a few guys with some, right? I still see some guys flinging in javelins there. And let's try to cut them off here before the archers get free. They got a bunch of archers in there. Our backside's covered though, right? As soon as you see your backside is covered here, they're surrounded. Let's get bloody. They're trying to regroup, I think. Let's fucking make them pay a toll. You coward! Okay, more cavalry coming to the front. Let's put our shields that direction. And it's a tough Kazate force. Just dark hands everywhere. Fucking stubborn. And there's a huge amount of Kazates right in front of us here, but you can't turn your back now. I'm actually getting swallowed up here. Fuck. Get up here, archers. We need support. There's a huge amount of Kazate for us to kill. Now, we're not too far from our reinforcement spot. We're probably 100 yards. I'm okay fighting right here unless we get annihilated. And I might even square our 6th until reinforcements arrive, right? Sometimes you can buy 30 seconds by squaring. Right now it feels so-so. I'm not too worried. We've got better infantry. That's the bottom line, right? When you have better infantry, take advantage. Now they have more, no doubt. Let's try this squaring. What division is this? Identify yourself. It's the 7th Division? All right, 7th Division, get up here. So I've got archers on a flank. We're getting our reinforcements brought up here quickly. And a square. Why do you do the square? Because it's defensive. This buys this. Get off your horse. What the fuck is this? There's no cavalry in our army. You're a foot troop. This buys us 30 seconds, right? Maybe 60 seconds. The square will survive a long time. Archers are strafing. We've got the 7th Division coming. They're going to be here in like 30 seconds. So you just want them distracted by that square, right? I'm just pushing it to one side, absorb some attention, and this is going to buy us time for this reinforcement line to come up. It's getting beat on. That's okay though, right? We can start to actually push it. Now we can use it aggressively, right? That 6th Corps is still alive. Now we can have it bore in on the enemy's left flank. I've got to worry about the cavalry here. We could make a square division and just stick it to my right. I like to do this just to protect the flank, right? Cavalry is so dangerous now in Bannerlord. If you don't pay attention to it, you're a dead man, right? They just killed a guy over there. Let's pour in. Charge. 7th Division, get up here. That's a lot to charge, but... well, we didn't get all dressed up for nothing. Charge, boys. The 5th Division is still shredding arrows in there. The 7th Corps has tons of javelins, right? Our army is becoming a skirmisher army, right? By picking up these Naute, we've got some Sturgeon units that have lots of javelins. And I see more horse archers coming, and they still have lots of dark hands, man. But they've never fought a Glaron Heavyhand before. I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast. You eat pieces of shit for breakfast? Now, this is why the square is so valuable. I can command the rest of our troops and just hide in the square. We're totally surrounded, but we're not going to get annihilated. Right now, I'm just going to drag these guys out of this maelstrom. It's like 30 guys holding on for dear life. I've got my shield up. Come on, boys. Keep pulling. And what that's doing, again, is buying us time. I just got shot in the head, something fierce. But we still have half a health bar. Try to keep this square out in front. That way it absorbs some attention. And what that did is, again, buy us some time. Now, there's just a huge death wave here. There's so many troops in the center of the battlefield. It's time to get fucking aggressive here. Get off of me. Lunar Blair is probably shredding people. Attaboy, Devon. Rip them. Got to get more reinforcements moved up. We're slowly moving towards the enemy, and that is because they have more archers. I'm being forced to get aggressive, right? We're being outshot, and they have horse archers. Well, and we're just outnumbered, period. Now, these are mid-tier horse archers. Talk about glue factory. These are all insta-kill, one shot. And as soon as I said that, a guy didn't die. Most of them, though, are just completely obliterated. Wow, I feel like I'm alone here. There's 7th and 6th are still fighting. I think a lot of our reinforcements, though, have to catch up to me here. It's time to go. Hurry up. 197. Let's break this 1st division into a couple different divisions. Fuck you, you little Kazate gnat. These guys poking me for 3. Let's try to make 2 different divisions here. We got to do it fast. We're trying to reform right in the face of the enemy. I see a bunch of javelins. Fire, boys. Where's that? We need Archer Division. Okay, so the 6th Division just poured in reinforcements. So it's not a good sign that we're getting reinforcements instantly. That means our troops are being wasted. But we're not panicking yet, right? There's some good death spam, and we got our lines established here now. Now they can start to push forward to buy space for the rest of our reinforcements. We have no archers. 8th Corps. All right, let's get these guys brought up as well. We can flank with them. Hurry up. I don't know about you guys, but I'm always in a hurry with my units. And they never hurry when I tell them to. We need a move faster button, a sprint button. Every once in a while, you should be able to tell a division, fucking run as fast as you can. These fucking horses are fast. Not fast enough. All right, let's get this division off to the flank here. They have 600 infantry, so we got our hands full here still. Fuck, I wonder how many reinforcements they got. I swear it said villagers joined. Maybe I was wrong, I don't know. Getting divisions 5th, 6th, 8th. Our divisions are totally mixed up, and I'm not going to spend the time now to try to fix it. It's a glorious looking scene. It's just a huge sprawling battle, and this is what you signed up for, right? If you're watching this campaign, these are the kind of battles that you're here for. Just giant sprawling battles. There might be 4,000 Khazad here. Whatever it is, it's a lot, and it's not like we have 3,800. We're seriously outnumbered, but we got our tactical tool bag jingling. banging along the ground here. And these are weak horse archers. Let's stretch out. All right, the square one direction, shock troops the other direction. You wait till they separate, and then you charge behind them. Let's close off all these troops here chasing the square. They're starting to get down to mid-tier and low-tier troops. There's looters chasing me. Oh shit, he fucking slashed the shit out of me. A man with a pitchfork almost killed Glaron Heavyhand. Now we gotta take cover here. I got no health. Come on, get the fuck over there. This is a good death spam right there. They got a lot of archers behind him as well, 165. Let's still take the chance. Let's push these guys and get archers spread out behind them. Once those guys get killed or push past the enemy, the archers will be ripping it. And we've got a huge scrum here in the middle of the battlefield. That looks good. It looks good. I can go in behind here and probably cause some real carnage. These are the kind of battles where if it's close, you need to kill those 30, 40, 50 guys. What the fuck? That's villagers. It says Empire Peasant. Even the villagers are coming because 8 are sending in everybody. There's tons of archers here. Our archers are exchanging though, right? They're firing right past me. Get in there, infantry. Let's push these guys into the enemy ranks. 270. We got about 400 here. I hope they don't have more after this. And as soon as I said that, I see tons of shadows emerging over the hills. But you know what they are? These are peasants and weak-ass troops. Let's obliterate these guys. Just come in here like a madman. We can't stop them! All right. Oh shit, they're zerging our line. There's so many of them, they're just tearing up our lines here. Can't take a heavy hit, but we gotta wade in here. What do they have here behind them? They have archers too? Let's keep boring in. Let's just make a death run here. Let's just kill as many as we can before we're killed. These guys are scorching our units at range. Let's put them in the dirt. That's so beautiful. Just a wrecking ball. Ah, shit. All right, we're down. What do we got here? I got a skirmisher of some kind. We've got about 30 troops to our right. Maybe there's slings hitting us with slings and shit. This battle looks like it's going to be down to the wire here. I wonder if we'll get any reinforcements. Probably not. It's time for some axe work. Oh, shit. Fuck, what are we down to? 100 troops? So they have 75? Get in here. They got archers spread out. Damn, a huge battle, and it comes down to the last 100 troops. Fucking villagers attacking our troops. That's literally a villager that just killed one of our troops. Get in there and help. And a peasant fucking killed me. I think we got it though. I don't see. It's fucking beautiful, man. Another battle of ecstasy. There's 10 enemy forces heading for the hills, and we can't have 100 troops here. These are some of the best battles. You get a gigantic titanic battle, and then at the end you're down to, I don't know, maybe we have 60 here. It's a little tiny crew of archers pulling up the rear. It's a beautiful battle. And man, this campaign is starting to produce just one complete charnel house after another. I mean, it's picturesque in its violence. The snow is just covered as far as the eye can see. And victory, right? That's the bottom line. We'll take the victory. King Canute got 0 kills and got killed. It's because you're facing the wrong king. Wait, king, he's on his donkey. I wish I could make him sit backwards on his horse. That would be epic. But I'm satisfied enough just sending him into the fray head first, right? As long as he's our prisoner, we're going to send him into battle. We're going to send him into battle facing the wrong direction, and we'll see. Maybe he'll get killed. That'll be hilarious. Then Glaron Heavyhand can say, I didn't execute him. This dumbass died in battle. All right, let's not get carried away here. I got my Prisoners Anonymous meeting next week, 133, and we have a capacity of 23. It's not going to work. All right, let's see what else we can find here. Now, I would like to put down one more big Khazate force before we do more sieging, right? I'm going to look around for tracks. We're going to look for signs of any enemy forming, right? If you don't want to siege when there's, whatever, 2,700, because you get backdoored by that and it's all over. So, yeah, sure. After a battle like that, fellas, smash the head off the top of that fucking wine bottle and drink up, fellas. Now, it makes sense that we would help that guy down there, but, you know, sometimes you want your vassals just to do their job, right? We could try and get reinforcements. I don't really have a lot of reinforcements this far out, though. Hargard would probably be our best bet. And obviously, we can't steal from Tyal. Let's see what we can find here. Our army's beat to shit. 150 troops. Make peace. Our vassals still want peace. We won't be having peace anytime soon. Not unless it's part of the storyline here. Now, I just realized, like, we're vulnerable here. Even deserters could zerg us at this stage. But I'm not about to let this army cut us off, right? 190 forces. Although, look what they're doing. They're following Genghis party. Genghis Khan, right? Is in our campaign. We got a little time warp here, right? Genghis Khan is circa, what, 13 something? 1320. So we're fucking around a little bit. I'm a content creator. I can do what I want. I'll put General Patton in here if people complain about it. We'll have General Patton fighting against Genghis Khan and Alexander. All right, let's just, I'm trying to think here. It's another chance for us to kill King Canute. I think we'll send him forward, right? We send him on his donkey here. He's got a sumpter horse that he can ride. He's got no clothing, right? He's wearing a bra. We made sure he looked like an absolute bitch. And I think we will fight this. There's a chance of reinforcements here. I'll just send the king in on his sumpter horse. we took his weapons from him. We gave him a pitchfork. I love it, man. You got to have fun with Bannerlord. You got to have fun with life in general, man. 56 horse archers. And maybe this won't be interesting, and maybe I'm narrating to myself, and maybe it'll be thrilling. We shall see. You guys are here for it. All right. Up you go, King. Good luck. Have a good time riding on your fucking sumpter horse. And you can make him sit backwards by dragging the formation from right to left. That way he turns around and exposes his bunghole to all these horse archers. But we also can't stand here and get blasted by cavalry, so we're still going to fight. And if we have the joy of seeing the king ridden down or speared in the scrotum or something like that, I'll try to zoom in on it. We're gaining levels here, and most importantly, we're having fun. And Glaron Heavyhand, this is like his favorite. Horses to kill, and they all seem absolutely hapless. They should just run instantly. Like, this guy would inspire terror. He's so fast and so lethal. He likes to kill for fun. He's basically a bad guy who's so good at combat that nobody can really give him what he deserves. Little bitch-ass horses. I hear him already yelling, "Give way." They might just rout off the battlefield here. Now, they have a bunch of archers and stuff like that, but we've got shield wall lines, and we can start to deal with them now. Our companions are ripping the kills, but this is also risky for the companions, right? When you get knocked unconscious here, it's still the same chance of death. I think if I did my math right, the current setting with the Death for All mod is each character has a 1 in 50 chance of dying in every battle. That's significant, right? If you fight 50 battles, you're likely to die. So, you know, hold on tight. You companions, you supporters will do the best you can, and we're going to try to kill some of these lords, too. This gal here, stubborn-ass fucking Khazate. We'll try to wipe her out. Still got a third of a health bar. We're doing good. And these little pony Khazate forces are not going to take out the heavy hand. There she is. Take her out. They're picking on him like they're going to kill him. We'll just go faster weapon here. Swing out, outswing this, you little fucker. We missed. And I'm a little surprised there's no reinforcements, but then again, that previous battle sucked in troops locally, so maybe there's nothing else left to reinforce. Now, Genghis party could join, right? And we lose if that happens. The reinforcement system has that nature, and that lord... Oh no, here she is. She's coming back. I thought she fled off the field. I would flee rather than get cut to ribbons. But she didn't. And another, you know, we'll just keep filming. That's all right. Sometimes we'll do a small battle or two like that. It's part of the campaign, right? We've got to go get reinforcements. And I think at this stage, we should probably consolidate with the other army here. At least steal some of the troops from our other companion army, because you really can't do much with 300 troops other than get captured, right? When you're this vulnerable. And that other army has 500. We'll be able to add those armies into our army. Maybe once we restock their forces, then we can separate. And they successfully took Imprella, right? How about this guy here? He puts down the revolt by himself, right? So let's go talk to our lieutenant here and reform this army. And then we'll see if there's any other Khazate forces. We got to figure out where Genghis Khan is going. Sometimes they just take off. They are definitively fighting the Aserai, right? So the Khazate are kind of being stretched in here. Let's take advantage of it, right? In fact, let's do this here real quick. We're leveling different types of children here. Glaron Heavyhand and his wife had so many kids. We've got the luxury to be able to make some. We're even going to have a few that are governors, right? Now these are the twins. These are going to be badass warriors, female warriors. These twins, I think, were the last kids that she had. There might have been one more. The incredibly fertile Gulta. It's appropriate. She's got one of her kids is named Gudra. Gulta and Gudra. And of course, Gudra, the warrior, one of her kids is like a foot taller than her. I got to have them stand next to each other at some point because it'll look funny. Pretty clearly, she got her father's genes. And it's really random. We have a couple kids that are short. Are they coming in here? No. Now, Canopsis is being defended. I think that's Northern Empire. Revel's being besieged by the Nords. So these other kingdoms are fighting, right? I don't have any control over that. And it's realistic, right? We're not covering the whole map. We're not the biggest force in Calradia. And so these other kingdoms are still fighting at the margins of the margins of our campaign here, right? It looks like the Khazate are attacking the Northern Empire. Of course, we're near the Northern Empires, and we're allied with the Northern Empire against the Khazate. But it also looks like the Aserai are attacking the Khazate, which is quite a boon for us. Now, this is disconcerting. This is over 1,000 forces nearby already. And obviously, even after consolidating some of our forces here, we don't have a huge force. So I think we might just launch right here. I don't need, another 1,200 Khazate to roll into this battle. We'll lose for sure. This already might be challenging. These forces, I'm just going to say it. I don't know for sure, of course, but 99.9% we get reinforcements here, right? They outnumber us between the defenders of this castle and just what we can see here. And don't forget, reinforcements can come out from outside of visual distance, right? So there may be even more forces. Got a ram and 2 sets of ladders here. All right. We've got to split up some of these divisions. We'll stick the king. How are we going to do this here? Let's put the king in the 8th division. You guys, hopefully you're enjoying it. We're going to send King Canute over the wall first. Fucking dipshit wearing a bra. Should never have betrayed the Heavy Hand. It's a bad decision. He swears it wasn't him, but Glaron Heavyhand, he knows what's up, right? Glaron Heavyhand is not a smart cookie. But he's shrewd, right? He's street smart. He does not do calculus, but he knows what part of your body to strike to kill you instantly. And we've got a huge amount of troops, of course, because the enemy's outnumbered at the beginning of this siege. It'll be interesting to see I was going to say if they join. How many is a lot more likely. There's 1,100, 1,200 Khazate just in the visual range here. So the probability of reinforcements is super high. I already said that. You guys are aware of that. We're going to try attacking this city from the right. We're still going to approach the different sides. We've got a ram. We've got a siege tower. Or, excuse me, siege ladders on the other side. But I think this right is a better area for us. Part of the reason I'm choosing the right is there's more space here to spread out our troops. Which if we get attacked, and we're getting bombarded here, that'll give us more room to maneuver, right? If you're attacked and all your troops are jammed together, you have no tactical maneuvering ability whatsoever. So, even though it's going to cost us 30 seconds here, we've got enough shields to just sort of wave our hand at these archers. Let's send the 8th Corps over the wall here, right? We'll observe the king. He's got to be getting frostbite, right? We took all his clothes from him. He's running around with a ball-peen hammer and a fucking peasant's pitchfork. This punk-ass king. And this is how you mistreat a ruler, right? If you guys are a ruler, if you guys saw Kingdom of Heaven, where they had him, I think he was riding around backwards on a donkey. Saladin made him ride around backwards. That was Guy de Lysion. I think that's who it was. Guy de Lysion was, you know, a major member of the nobility during the Crusades era, and they were captured at the Battle of Hattin. I think that was the battle they were captured. It's covered a little bit in the movie. They probably should have covered it a lot more because Saladin, as usual, had just an incredible strategic and tactical approach. And let's watch. I don't do this very often. Let's watch. Let's see how kingly he is here and see what he thinks of a peasant beatdown here as he gets whacked. He slumps over like a bitch, and then he vanished. Well, maybe that means he died. I don't know why he vanished. That was curious. We have unlimited corpses on, so I'm not sure why he's already vanishing, but nevertheless, it's going to be fun to troll King Canute in this campaign, at least until he escapes. And you guys are probably wondering, how on earth do you have the enemy fighting in your army? It's not a thing, right? Well, of course, we're a little bit of a magician in these campaigns. We're going to do little things in the sort of behind the scenes to make it a little bit more enjoyable, a little bit more funny, a little bit more on the role-playing level. Right? You could never, in real life, you couldn't make the guy go up the ladders by himself, but you can in Bannerlord. All right, get up there, boys. These ladders here, do what you're told. You guys aren't super bright, I get it. Oh, shit. The ram is fucking destroyed here, so no reason to bring up archers here in the center. Let's pull these guys back. How did they destroy our ram already? They must have a fire catapult? I didn't see one. Now we've got this 2nd and 7th Division. You're going to see me consistently do that. And consistency is the key for your memory's sake, right? Those guys are our rear guard. If we get jammed from behind here by 1,000 Khazate, I want an answer to it. I want to have a lever. So that's what those guys are for, and they're both on hold fire. And cue the Khazate, right? Almost what the doctor ordered. We've got them all lined up here, though. I've got this division that I just pulled off the ram. They can play defense. The 2nd and 7th is there. Now, we got to get through the enemy's defenses here because we're going to have to turn right back around and fight the Khazate behind us. Right? So this is going to be interesting. How many forces do the Khazate have? Right? The defenders are a priority. They got fire catapults. They got archers shooting us from the walls. We need to destroy these troops. And we need to do so fairly expeditiously, right? Because we can't really see it out there, but you know we're being attacked, right? They're going to be heavy horse archers and whatnot. They got a scant defense here at the gate. Let's hurry up. Let's take this shit. If we can blow through these defenders here, we can open the door and overwhelm the city. I don't know where the rest of the defenders are. They must be in the other direction, right? Towards the tower to our right here. Get over here, boys. Just want these doors open. Plus, we got to get out, right? This 1st Division that's charging in here, we got to be able to get out the door. First, just to see what's going on, but also, of course, we want to help our troops. Right, let's break this fucking door. Don't want them closing it on us when we go out. And then we can open the outer door. That should suffice. And what do we got going on here? We got a nice ridge to scope out the scene here. Let's get archers up on this ridge here. Infantry pushed out in the valley in a square. 1st Division, 2nd, 7th. And you don't see the power bar, right? I like doing this to you fellas. In fact, we'll remove it for that earlier battle too. The close battles, you can almost guarantee. If you don't see the power bar, it's probably a close battle. That's just what I'm going to do to you fellas. And I'm not always going to do that. That way you don't always know, right? I want to keep you guys guessing. And so sometimes I'm going to intentionally remove the power bar in battles that are not close. And I'm going to do that just so you guys don't know if a battle is going to be really close, right? The whole point of it is to have that fog of war. There are some guys that don't like it, but most guys think it's great, right? It adds a layer of suspense. I don't look up there very much. I mentioned that probably too much, but you know, it keeps me guessing too. The reinforcement system just completely changes everything anyways, because the power bar is not accurate, right? More forces are coming in. And this is a perfect scene to have no power bar. I literally can't tell if there's 100 Khazad or 1,200. We got this this foggy, snowy, sunlit, incredible, beautiful landscapes, just one after another. And I really have no idea here. It doesn't look like that many, but that can change. And what can't we see? Right? There's potentially more troops. I'm starting to see, you know, glimpses of blue starting to pile up out there. So let's play intelligently here, right? Let's approach this methodically. Let's get these guys off. Actually, we need to kill what's left in the city here. Let's have that 1st Division, 40, 60. There's 120 troops, give or take, inside the city. They can charge. So the 1st Division, 5th Division, and this is what I mean. Kinteg's party. So I saw him, he had 300, right? So there's at least 300 more coming. We got ourselves another chaotic battle. But these are some of the best battles, right? It's chaos. We can use these fences. They're tactically unique. There's nothing like this in regular Bannerlord, because you never get attacked out in a siege. But with this reinforcement system, there is nothing's off limits. You can have a fight in the back streets of a city getting jammed in from behind. We've already had that happen. That's a wild thing to experience. And I want to get a flank over here, but I don't see the troops. We don't have that many troops, right? We're probably down a couple hundred at least, and we only had 1,000 when we started this siege. So we've got to use our resources wisely here. Let's get flanking angles over here by this aqueduct. There's like these Roman pillars where there was an aqueduct. Damn it. And I still can't see. I see this lord. Oh, there's Kinteg. That was one of the guys that came riding in. More Chagan's party has joined. All right, well, we got ourselves a huge battle is what we got here. An unknown huge battle. I got tingles. This is fucking beautiful. But of course, we don't have cavalry. I was thinking that was our cavalry. We don't have cavalry. You don't have cavalry in siege. All right, let's use this fence here. We can chuck javelins over the front of this. I got 1 division fighting, which is good because it slows down the enemy. We could put skirmishers here at the base of this fence, move up archers behind them here. Then we got to get a flanking angle. What are we looking at here? What I see is a huge amount of Khazad. That's what I see. Let's try to get some troops to the flank. That fence line is going to help us back there, right? Because that's going to slow down troops. We can get archers. Let's get them over here. There's more fences to use. And this is what I mean. As a commander, this is tactical ecstasy. Not to mention, it's just visually gorgeous. There's just horsemen running all over the place. There's arrows coming whistling out of the foggy snow. How do you not love Bannerlord? And the guys on console are like, I'll fucking tell you why I don't love Bannerlord. They fucking too many bugs. I feel your pain, fellas. And more Khazad. Fuck. Alright, we gotta get forces over here on this right side. We need right side hegemony here so that we can flank. Let's stay with these guys here. I need to get archers over here too. My health is in good shape. I hope those guys that we sent into the city can handle it, because I don't have the troops to spare to it right now. If the enemy starts bombarding us, it's going to get really messy. More Khazad are joining. It's fucking great. We've got good defensive lines, though. The skirmishers, let's get them aggressive. A lot of them are actually too far away to impact the center of the field. Let's get archers in behind them here. Oh, I want to spread. Damn it. There's no room here. This fucking trebuchet pad or whatever, this siege tent. And that's what's amazing. You can literally have troops go inside the siege tent in a situation like this. There's no value to that, right? They can't be hit by arrows, I guess, but like you could command from inside the siege tent. It's an iron siege tent. All right, shove up here. I see archers. First division here, archers behind them. Why aren't these guys throwing javelins? More fucking Khazate. Throw your javelins, boys. Maybe we put them in spread. I can't tell him. I still can't tell how many Khazate there are. It's blinding. All the sun and snow effects. All right, we're starting to take over this right side. Now we can start getting flanks. Let's go. Hurry up. Once I get to a flank, too, we'll be able to see a little bit and reconnoiter how many forces are here. It's hard as fuck to see what's going on. There's so much carnage. It probably feels like a movie. When I see Khazate all the way to the siege camp, there's got to be 800, 1,000 Khazate right here. I don't know if we have the firepower to tear through this, but it ain't going to stop us from trying. You coward! Hurry up, archers. Damn, you guys are taking forever. Units are really trudging in the snow. 107 there. It is recording, too. I just looked over. We're gaining levels. And it's very close to Bannerlord porn. I mean, it's just absolutely glorious. For glory, just like he said. Charge, archers. What you guys standing still for? There's a bunch of crossbow here that are out of ammo. There's a whole bunch of Khazate archers here near their siege camp. The center looks like it's barely pushing in. That means there's a bunch over there too. I think we're starting to make headway here though. The arrows are all flaming. I mean, what a visual spectacle. Ridley Scott, eat your heart out. I'm a huge Ridley Scott fan, but man, did he fuck up Napoleon. It was horrible. I think we got it now. Let's get these archers on the wing. We're progressively moving in here. As long as we don't hear more horns, more trumpets saying there's more Khazate, I think we got this shit. And we're very lucky. There's no other enemy forces around here. The Aserai won't join, right? Because they're now enemies of the Khazate. How long that's gonna last, we'll see. Probably not very long. Are you're the captain? Let's kill his horse too. Man, what a couple of gnarly battles these are. Sometimes you go 2 hours with nothing interesting, and of course I will probably not show you guys that. We had a siege of Tayal an hour ago. Very boring. We're not gonna show it to you, right? We're just gonna edit that. And what I hope is that these episodes, this campaign, functions like an ESPN highlight, right? For you Europeans maybe don't know what that is. It's the American sports channel, and you get just non-stop highlights. Instead of watching the boring or slow parts of sports, you get this, right? You get titanic, sprawling, beautiful, chaotic battles that, at least for me to play, are ecstasy, and hopefully they're enjoyable for you guys to watch. I'm not sure what's going on here, if there's enemy forces still inside the city, but we got a guy unloading on the fire catapult, which I think is hilarious. There's this huge battle going on. There's this guy over here. He's just launching fire catapults into the city. It's almost like he likes to destroy shit intentionally. Make a good firefighter. There is fighting over here, but this battle is over. Stand by the fire here and warm our hands. And what a glorious battleground. Another just incredible scene. And 300 troops left. I hear yelling and screaming. What's happening here? Looks like we got to round out the last few Khazate. It's glorious. There's so much detritus and rocks and crumpled bodies. Oh shit, what's happening here? We got a mosh pit. Somebody's stuck. Damn, that's too bad. It's bugged. They're all going berserk. Someone is hiding in the siege tent. What the fuck? You guys are late to the party. A patrol just joined and got insta-killed. Whoops. Well, reinforcement's not always perfect. The reinforcement system and this guy being stuck, we're just going to have to exit out here and start over. Or not. Victory. Never mind. Oh, shit. Shit. Okay, well, we're getting more deaths, but none from our army, right? That's a relief. We don't need to kill more companions.
Are you?
All right. I got to take a little break after that. Couple hours of pretty ferocious gameplay, and we're starting to expand our kingdom. It's slow and steady, right? We haven't had a big setback in quite a while. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. And hopefully I didn't just jinx myself. But Glaron Heavyhand and company right now, they look like the real deal. We're starting to take Khazate territory. The Vlandians are a problem. I don't know actually what to do about the Vlandians right now because the center of the map is where the Northern Empire is and the Vlandians are mostly out west. But obviously we're going to have battles against them as well. This campaign is going to be chaos. You want to subscribe? Please hit that like and hype button on the way out, friends. I really appreciate you for tuning into the channel today. And with all that said, I will see you, friends, next time.